see you, baby,
I done lucked up, all this Instagram got me fucked up. She done sent the ad and now I'm about to find out what's
Baby
up.
fine, yeah, she don't know what time it is. Take it to the crib and I find it.
She said her head fine, nigga, I ain't even asked. I became a quarterback overnight, how I passed.
Did it up and then I smash. Then I did my day and then I dash.
Credit debit, she ain't gotta ask. Shawty said she hungry,
What's good? This is the one and only Ladies Love Avenue, and I am back. Yes, I am back, and this is a table talk. This is not a quick drop like I usually do by myself when I'm doing it solo. And you also can see a different look. So if you like how I look and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Send your love and let me know if I'm on the right page. All right. I know it looks a little different from our regular format and what we was doing before, but like I told you, if you have been paying attention to what's been going on, we had to reformat some things and organize some things because I had I have the tendency of trying to add people into my circle, and a lot of times they don't have the same intentions or the same mindset that I have, so they'll take they move a little different than how I move. You know what I'm saying? I try to move the same way of Walmart or Target, anything else move. I try to keep going. You know, that's why I'm continuously delivering cold-hearted quick drops for y'all. That's why I'm continuing doing the table talk. All the things I got to do to keep this platform going, I'm doing it. So you see this face. This is the creator. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I do. This is my baby. So I got to always take care of it. Period. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, today is episode 311. All right, that's season 3, episode 11 of Table Talk. And today's Table Talk is going to be about bad business practices. Bad business practices. All right, I'm going to go over all the negative things that I see a lot of people do. I'll go over a lot of positive things that I see a lot of people do and they should do. And I'll break down the different ramifications of all those things. Y'all know how I always do. I try to explain myself so folks don't be looking at me like, man, what the fuck you talking about? All right, but before we get to that, I got a little thing that I actually done brought to the table, and we got 3 little segments that we done added. So we got cold-hearted facts, we got cold-hearted news, and we have cold-hearted picks. Right now, I'm gonna give you cold-hearted facts.
You're statistically more likely to be murdered by a family member on Christmas Day than murdered by a stranger any other day. Elephants can control their schlong like a second trunk. Chainsaws were invented to cut through the pelvic bone to help women give birth. Dolphins will bite the heads off of smaller fish and use the corpses as a makeshift fleshlight to get off. 54% of adults in the USA are at below 6th grade level. Bonus, 1 in every 30 children in the USA is homeless. Was cleaning the toilet and poured bleach and then Harpic toilet cleaner. Ammonia. I was coughing up shit for 2 days straight. Turns out I made poisonous chlorine gas. Could have killed myself if I stayed in the bathroom longer. Mr. Krabs sold SpongeBob sold for 62 cents. If I gave you $100,000 for every day since 0 AD, you would only be worth about 1/3 of Bezos and 1/4 of Musk. The wealth.
Wow. Like I say, there's something new that I'm trying to add. That was a little intense. Anytime I get like cold-hearted facts like that, what I do in the future is I'm gonna write them down and break them down to y'all, because that was some shit. Dolphins bite the head of fish and use it as a sex toy. Dolphins are some real fucked up animals, man. They be trying to make them all cute and cuddly, but dolphins ain't all that. I have a previous episode that I talked about dolphins, and dolphins actually have a high rate of killing motherfuckers. A lot of times you think it's a shark bite or a shark attack. A lot of times those be dolphins, and they team up and they be raping motherfuckers. Like, I know that sounds crazy, a fish raping somebody, but yes, it is actual factual. You can put the Googles in and you can Google it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. As far as it was another thing on there that was saying about as far as the wealth disparity, saying that from literally the beginning of, like, it's a 0 AD. So from when Jesus after death to now, if you got a certain amount of money, you still wouldn't be nowhere near Jeff Bezos. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that right there should really alarm a lot of people on like to not be sitting there trying to like, yes, my goal is to be a millionaire. However, I'm not killing myself to get there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of folks, they have these set goals and they damn near be ready to jump off a fucking building and shit like that. So yeah, the wealth disparity is way off. If y'all caught any other of those things, it was a lot of things in there, especially the chainsaw was actually invented for women that needed a C-section. That shit, that's intense. I've never heard nothing like that. But like I say, I'll start writing these things down, and then we can kind of go and discuss these things a little bit more in depth. Yeah, that was a little much. Let me give you guys the quick cold-hearted news update, and then after we do the news update, it's gonna be time to talk about the bad business practices.
Here's a quick news update. We do have some tragic news about rapper Archie Eversole, which actually was not necessarily a close friend of mine, but he was somebody that me and my producer worked with in the past. We did befriend him, so he was a friend of ours, just not a close friend. But he recently passed. His brother actually shot him, so we'll talk about that later on the table talk. But I do want to send my condolences to the families and the close relatives and the close friends for Archie Eversole. If you don't know who Archie Eversole is, look up, be ready. If you're a fan of Atlanta United, he used to actually be at the Atlanta United as pretty much like the hype man to try to get the crowd pretty much turned with his hit, Be Ready. So rest in peace to him. Condolences to the family. Also, Arkansas rapper turned over to FBI after arrest on gun and drug charges. His name is Freddie Gladney. He's 27 of Conway. Faces charges including simultaneous possession of drugs and a firearm, resisting arrest and a felony drug charge, as well as charges for speeding, not wearing a seatbelt, and another drug possession charge, according to state police. State troopers pulled Gladney over on a speeding violation at around 6:30 p.m. Thursday on Interstate 55, southbound in Crittenden County. State Police spokesman Bill Sadler said. A search of Gladney's pickup recovered a gun, about 21 pounds of marijuana, and 171 grams of promethazine, Sadler said. God damn. Promethazine is a prescription. Well, if y'all don't know what promethazine is, that's that syrup, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it was not immediately apparent what form the drug that troopers reported finding in Gladney's vehicle. There are also no details about the type of firearm recovered. Gladney was being held in Crittenden County Jail awaiting transfer to FBI custody, Sadler said. As of Friday afternoon, he appeared in the jail's online records. And it says a native of Helena, West Helena, Gladney is also known by his rap name, Bankroll Freddie. So if anybody know about Bankroll Freddie, what we always say, Free Freddie. So we got that going on in little quick drop news, the little cold-hearted quick drop news. Of course, they're still talking about the Will Smith slapgate thing. I just wish this shit would fucking die. And we move on to the next situation. But yeah, they've been talking about that's been going on. And Jada's done switched sides on Will. Now she's not defending her husband, but she's looking down her nose at him too, as he's the bad guy. To me, this whole entire thing is just silly altogether. I really feel like this is all, you know what I'm saying, a ritual, like I tell y'all all the time. I mean, it feels like a ritual, you know. It feels like a ritual, because if you really think about it, like, everything that has to deal with a humiliation ritual, this pretty much has it. It got every bit of it. The way people are acting, the way people are still talking about it. They had Shaq talking about it. Shaq kind of put some words in there or whatever, but he really didn't say much. Besides basically finding a different way of saying that Will Smith should have handled it a different way. So it's the same BS over and over again. I mean, that is what it is. In political news and politics, Biden's rates his approval rates is like extremely low. It's down to 26%. So the chance of him getting reelected is looking pretty slim. So yeah, if you are a fan of Biden, you might want to check on your boy. You know what I'm saying? You might want to check on your boy so he can get his life back together. In hip-hop news, as far as the good side of hip-hop news, because I know we talked about some tragic deaths, on the good side of hip-hop, both Ashanti and DJ Khaled received their Hollywood Walk of Fame star. So shouts out to DJ Khaled and shouts out to Ashanti with her beautiful, delicious, milky, sexy looking self. Woo! Good God Almighty, Ashanti, you are God. Alright, and that has been the quick drop, cold-hearted facts and news or the updates for the week. I will see you guys next time. Well, not see, but I talk to y'all next time on when we do our little cold-hearted news, facts, tips, and all that good stuff. Peace, love, homie. Alright, enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back. Alright, so it is time for the actual table talk. We want to talk about bad business practices. And what do I mean by bad business practices? A lot of times people look at me and they see me in my position right now. And a lot of times people judge and they be like, oh, who are you? What do you got going on? Well, I have successfully ran 3 of my own stores, as well as ran other people's companies. And I have ran them substantially and ran them, and they actually doing pretty good to this day. What somebody does with me contractually is something totally different. And that's why I want to talk about bad business practices. And it's the reason why I moved the way I moved, because in the past, I've dealt with real sketchy people that will basically turn you into a slave horse for themselves and run off. You know what I'm saying? Run off with your ideas or whatever the case may be. So that's why I wanted to really break down bad business practices. And plus, I got some friends and some peers that are trying to start off their business, and a few of them are going about it in a very negative way. And I just wanted to kind of pinpoint, not them, but pinpoint those type of things that people go through, and the reason why a lot of businesses do not succeed. A lot of times people are doing this exact thing that I want to talk about. Alright, so like I said, the main thing that people do when it comes down to bad businesses, a lot of times people will have an idea or have a mindset of something that they want to do, and they could have all the great intentions in the world. However, the way that they're going about trying to collect more people to join their campaign, a lot of times they go at it real tacky like. For example, I was recently in a situation where a close friend of mine or whatever, I'm just having this cold-hearted radio, so I'm just telling it like it is. In this recent situation, a friend of mine had an opportunity. I'm always open for different opportunities, but I have to make sure that it makes sense to myself. So if I tell a lot of my friends, I'm like, hey, if I decline your offer or anything like that, don't take it personal. And that's another thing I want to point out with negative things that people do with bad business practices. A lot of times people take no personal. You shouldn't, when it comes down to business, take emotion completely out of the subject. You got to take emotion all the way out. Because the moment that you start to get emotional is the moment that you're not thinking clearly. And what I mean by it clearly, this brother, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about me, I don't know if you're talking about somebody else, but the stories are very similar the way he's talking about it. But he basically had an offer that he sent me, and he knows that I do music, he knows that I'm an actor, you know, I'm a comedian, and he has a network, and he wanted me to join his network. I have no problem joining the network, but like I say, it has to make sense with what I'm doing. I have my own network going on. And it's not to step on nobody's toes. It's just, if I have my own thing going on, you can't tell me to cancel what I have going on to do what you're doing. And I'm all for brotherhood and doing things together. That's why I've said, hey, we can work together. But the brother offered me a contract. And it threw me off because as I was reading the contract, now keep in mind, I'm a musician, I'm an artist, so I've been given contracts since the beginning of time, since I started. I've been doing this 15 plus years. My first album dropped in 2012. I've been literally looking at contracts for the past 15 years, to be honest. So, when he sent me the contract, it threw me off because he, you know, we didn't talk about nothing. I didn't say I was interested or nothing like that. He just was telling me that he had these things going, had a platform, and he, you know, wanted some things to get in line. And I was like, cool, you know what I'm saying? I'm your homie, so I'm gonna support you no matter what, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't think that he was talking about me adding to his situation. It's just like, all right, I'm an artist, right? But let's say I've never made beats or nothing like that. And I just decide, I buy all these beat machines and stuff like that and say, you know what? I'm gonna start a production company and I'm gonna start making beats. And I just start hitting up all the producers I know, all the artists I know, and say, hey, I got a production company going on. I need you to come through. I'm gonna send you a contract. So you read the contract, and you reading the contract, and the contract you said is basically saying, it's an actual recording contract. I don't have no other way of putting it. You know what I'm saying? I really should like put it up here, but I don't want to go all that far. But I just want you to understand, like, you got to be careful with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my name. And what it was asking for is basically my catalog. So I sent him a message and said, hey, this is different from what I thought you was offering. I didn't even know you was offering me a contract, for one. I was supporting as far as like, I thought you know, filming and everything like that. So I'm thinking like, when you need actors, you can call me up, and I, you know, like I do with anybody else. Cause that's how I operate. I'm a independent artist. I am a freelancer. So I'm not about to just stick with one entity and be stuck there. If that was the case, I would have signed with a major label. You know what I'm saying? If I was just wanting to go to one source and one source only, I would have went to there. But this man is talking about me sending my music, sending all my material, and he put it out on his platform, and then I get paid through him. And I'm sitting here like, what sense would that make if I have over 15 years of work and I've been doing my thing myself? You know what I'm saying? I've been making it happen just like this. Why would I go to you when you don't, and no offense, but I didn't even know you knew was into music, period. I met you on a film set. I only know you as an actor. I don't know you as a businessman. I don't know you as anything else. I only know you as an actor. So what sense would it make for me to just jump the gun and just sign my actual name on somebody's contract? Then I messaged back. He was like, "Oh, you know, it ain't that big of a deal. You know, it's just 6 months. Seems like I'm trying to steal them, blah blah." And I was like, "I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying this is something touchy to me because you asking for like a lot. Like, and people be dying for their masters and stuff like that. So you basically asking to get my shit in trade of me trusting that you can make my career blow up." And there was no offer. You haven't put together no shows. I haven't seen you put together no shows. You ain't never offered me to come to any show. Like, I don't understand how this has to do with my music. So that's what just threw me off. So I just, you know, politely responded back, and I was like, hey, you know, this ain't that. And it's not a negative thing. It's just, you got to understand that where I am. I'm not on lap one. I'm not a local act. I didn't just start out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not an up and coming artist. I'm an artist. You know what I'm saying? Don't look down your nose at me because you might think that, oh, hey, he ain't a radio, you know, he ain't got no jury. Okay, no, you don't even understand what my goals probably is not that. You know what I'm saying? My goals is to have ownership. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be an actual millionaire. I'm not trying to be a makeshift millionaire. I'm not trying to look like I'm making money. I'm trying to make the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So I hold my ownership very serious. And anybody that's in music, you should be the same way. Don't be so quick to sign the contract. Be patient. And I always tell people the thing about business, and this is how you can tell if somebody really, really, really wants to work with you. Take your time. If you take your time and you move slowly with the way you move, and you don't let nobody else try to talk for you and try to make moves for you and spend your money for you, I promise you, you will see the truth come out a lot more. That's why I say, that's why I came up with this table talk as far as bad business practices, because you will see if you tell somebody, give me a minute, or no, or not right now, or if you tell anybody any of that line and they attitude completely changes, then they didn't mean you any good in the first place. They didn't mean you any good in the first place. I work with digital consulting agency for the specific reason of when I told Sean, and shout out to Sean, man. When I spoke to Sean at DCA, we had a great conversation. First of all, he actually looked at my music and was knowledgeable about my music. Was knowledgeable about my work. And when we had a nice conversation. We had a great conversation. And when I was honest with him, I was like, I don't do anything off bat. I take my time with every move I make, especially when something costs. So he was patient with me. You know what I'm saying? And he trusted me. He said, all right, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? We can do it this way. He wasn't adamant. He wasn't pushing or nothing like that. That right there is great business. Bad business is when you're trying to adamantly push somebody into something just because you got to keep in mind, your intentions is totally different from my intentions. You're trying to sell me something. So I would be a fool to just blindly trust everything that you're saying because you're trying to sell me something. You're a salesman. I can't just walk in and like, oh, they try. I can trust everything because they have a oath that they have. No, there's no fucking oath when it comes down to business. There's no oath. There's no rules when it comes down to business. You got slimy people and you got grimy people and you got cool people. But at the end of the day, you better be smart. You better not look at nobody just because they smiling and because they nice to you and they cool with you and everything. You just sit there and decide that, okay, I'm going to just sign my life away. Watch how they act when you say, let me take my time. And that's when you'll begin to see people with their bad business practices. If you start to belittle your clients or your potential clients because they want to take their time, that's bad business. That's bad business big time. If you get upset and you start talking shit about your potential clients, the people that you so-called wanted to change their life and make things better for them and, you know, give them this opportunity and everything like that. If you run around here like Diddy and everything and you got the nerve to sit here and get upset because somebody said no, or somebody said not right now, somebody said give me some time, or just because nobody have jumped for joy for whatever you're offering. Like, I'll never get mad. I've invited the people to all kinds of things. I'd be more confused because the things that I invite people to is not trying to hook you in. I ain't never do no contract with nobody. I ain't never hooked nobody in. I ain't never tried to take nothing from nobody. I be trying to do shit for free and people still stifle me. I be trying to invite people to shows for free and people still like, oh, I can't. Another example of bad business. Not keeping your word. If you know that you or said you're gonna do this, gonna do that, gonna do this for whatever, for said client, then do it. What you got going on in your personal life has nothing to do with your client. If your client is your client and they're paying, your personal life and your personal shit does not fucking matter at that time. And a lot of y'all take stuff like that and y'all hear those words and y'all get emotional. And I say to myself, how are you ever going to become a Walmart if you still sitting here acting like you just you? Companies don't have emotions, and you shouldn't have emotions. When it comes down to business, it's money, it's currency. Okay? It's currency, it's a current. That means that it's constantly moving. Waves is constantly moving. So you got to move with the curve. And like I tell a lot of people, if you good at what you fucking doing, you don't have to sell it. I don't have to sell that I'm a writer. I don't have to sell it. I don't have to sit here and keep making polls. Oh, y'all ain't gonna get it. I ain't got to keep making polls, and I don't have to make when people make the post of getting upset. Like I used to tell my manager, I say, hey, bro, Don't make those posts of downing people because they're not trying to work right now, or they're not paying right now. Don't make those posts because you're scaring away people that actually have intentions to do certain things and do it the right way, but they just don't have it right now. So you never want to down nobody because they said no. You never want to down anybody because at the end of the day, you're trying to sell something. So you want to be as open-minded and as laid back as possible because you know that your shit is the shit. If you know that your shit, like this dude keep talking about how great he is and how, oh, well, forget it. You know, I don't need you anyway. I got my own. I got artists here. Okay, if you have all those things going on, then you don't have to talk about it. You ain't got to brag about it. And then the biggest thing that people do is when they shut people out, they'll say, well, if you ain't getting on now, don't wait till later. I have been guilty of certain things like that. And I try to fix like I say, I'm not no hypocrite. When I have these table talks, this is my moment this is my therapy also. So it's not just me talking to y'all and I'm just talking from disposition. No, we talking to each other. It's a table talk. We talking to each other. I'm not perfect. But at the same time, I make sure that I do not end up being no hypocrite. So when things go on that I know that annoy me, and if I know that I done it, I catch myself and I try to fix myself. But a lot of y'all literally are like making posts and getting emotional of people saying no. That's bad business. How about using that energy to focus on the people that said yes? How about using that energy? That's what I turned out to do. And I'm going, y'all don't want to, hit me up for writing. Y'all don't want to hit me up for this. Y'all don't want no features. Instead of me doing that, I say, man, I'm glad Miss Jazz gave me the opportunity to write for her. I'm glad Portia gave me the opportunity to work with her. I'm glad for this. I'm glad for that. I'm glad Cowboy reached out to me to, for us to do the Cowgirl song together. That's how you set things up. I'm glad to meet GR. GR. I'm glad to be working. Like those are things that's what my mindset is at now, because now I'm sitting here like, you know what? My work speaks for itself. I don't have to go out here and brag and do all this stuff. My work speaks for itself. If somebody don't want to work with me, it's perfectly fine. I'm not finna sit here and ridicule them and call them names and call them scared and say, oh, well, forget it. Because when I get on the other side and I do this and I do that, you're gonna wish you had it work. I'm not gonna do all that, because at the end of the day, like, what good is that? You're wasting energy on somebody that clearly didn't want to work with you at that time. And now you done fucked it up, because what if they didn't want to work with you because they just weren't ready? Why would you want to force somebody to come on that's not even ready? A lot of y'all do that. A lot of women and men do that in relationships. So I know they doing it in when it comes down to business. And we talked about sex before relationships on the last table talk. But there's a lot of screwed up ass thinking people out here, where they sitting here and trying to put thoughts onto things. Put extra emotions onto things that shouldn't be added to. And for one, y'all gotta stop trying to fucking do everything with your friends and family. That's another one of y'all issues. Another one of y'all issues is that y'all always literally trying to, if y'all got a product that you got, you always go to your friends and family. And I'll be like, why are you trying to rob Peter to pay Paul? Going into your own circle to try to finesse is the most idiotic business practice, if you ask me. And I'm going to explain. Because I know people like, no, you got to go. No. When you go to people that know you, they're not looking at your business. They're looking at you. So, let me break that down. Let me say it again. When you go to people that you know about the business that you are trying to promote, or that you have created and you're trying to actually get out there, when you go to them and you try to use them as clients, They're not looking at your business. Let's say if you are a construction company and you're trying you got your license, you got everything situated, you done built some houses, you done work, you done did everything. The moment that you go to someone that you know, they're looking at you. If your name is, let's say your name is PNC Construction, right? PNC Construction. PNC Construction. PNC Construction. When they see you, they're like, hey, what's up, John? At that moment, they ain't thinking about PNC Construction. They thinking about John, the guy that they know that owns PNC Construction. You're going to have a lot of people that do that. They're going to be looking for discounts. That's why I tell folks, don't give me no fucking discount. Don't give me no discount because I don't want discount activity. That's bad business. You giving me discounts that I didn't ask for. That mean that you're gonna sit here and be pussyfooting over something. I'm telling you, it didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to me and Zip. Me and Zip was working, you know what I'm saying? And we had hired somebody to do something, and we didn't get it until like months later because they had got caught up in their personal life. But like I say, when it comes down to business, your personal life has nothing to do with the business. You got to meet the deadlines. You got to do what you got to do because that's a separate entity. But when you go to people that you know, they gon', you know, in the Hitaholic situation, it was the opposite way because that's why I say that friends and family thing go both ways. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people will go to their friends and family out of comfort of, well, shit, I can take my time with their shit. No, treat me like you'll treat the rest of your clients. Then you have the other way around where you have the friends and family situation where it's on the friend and family that you're trying to sell to, and they sitting there trying to get discounts and trying to, you know, swindle and trying to undercut or doing what my manager always say, rare, holding their nuts. You have a lot of people that hold their nuts on shit. You know what I'm saying? They I mean, shit, I've seen it happen. It doesn't happen in my circle. Where it's like, this thing generates this thing, that thing generates this. You know, this person does this person does that. But instead of going, I think I had talked about that before, where you have situations where you got person A and person B, and then you have person C. Person C is a friend of A and B. However, A and B don't know each other, all right? A is the best friend of C. B is just an associate that they work together, right? A and B both have the same products and they sell the same products, all right? However, B's product is a lot higher for a less amount. A's product is a decent price and you're getting a bigger amount, okay? C, being best friends with A, wouldn't it make sense for C to go and shop with A? Because let me explain this. C also has a business also. A shops with C. Okay? So if A shops with C, you would think C would go back and shop with A. But no. You niggas would have A, which is your homie, your friend, your buddy, your bros, brotherhood, or whatever, okay, your sis, or whatever you want to call it, your people. A, you would have A spending money with you while you going over here spending money with B. What the fuck sense that make? Now B ain't spending no money with neither one of you motherfuckers because B don't even know A for one. B is higher than A. So C is taking the money that he's collecting from A to go spend it on B. And the money does not circulate back at all. And that's how you niggas do business. You niggas are so retarded when it comes down to business. You're doing the wrong things. First of all, you're not even organized. When you say that, there's so many people that say they want to do this and they want to do that. And I sit there and say, okay, if you want to do all these things, then all right, let's do it. Oh, well, I ain't got the time. Hey. Okay. Get you a book. Write out your schedule. Write out the things you want to do and make the time. Make the time. What do you mean you don't have the time? You got time enough to put it into somebody else's dream, but you don't have no time for yourself? Out of 24 hours, you mean to tell me you ain't got no time for yourself? When do you eat? When you're eating, what are you doing when you're eating? You trying to tell me you ain't got no time for yourself? I'm working on Avenue and Cold Hearted and LaSanta Moore 24/7, 25/8 to be exact. I'm organized with the way I move. That's the reason why I have the things I have. That's the reason why I have gotten where I am. And I'm going to get even further. Because I know how to stay organized. One, I also know how to not shut people out. Two, now I don't get me wrong, like I said, I had my moments. I used to be the same way. And then to a certain extent, some people don't need to work with you. You know what I'm saying? If they had the opportunity to work with you and they try to wait till you get on or something like that and then work with you, okay, that person really don't need to work with you. But if somebody communicating with you and it ain't even no flack, it ain't no hate, they just saying, hey, I like this idea, it's just not for me. You can't get mad at that. You can't sit here and be like, oh, you had to hate on me. That's not hate. That's not hate. What hate is A, B, and C, what I just showed y'all. That's what hate is. Hate is not somebody communicating with you saying, hey, I can't do this right now. Or this doesn't work for me. That's not hate. That's somebody saying, hey, this does not fit. And you can't sit there and get mad at it. You can't get upset because somebody said, I ain't on this right now. That's the weirdest thing in the world to me. Because if you doing something and you're doing something that's real good and notable, your work gonna speak for itself. Clients should want to come to you. Clients are going to come to you. But ain't nobody gonna come to you if you done shut people out or if you done talked about everybody. Every time somebody say no, you sitting there talking shit about them. They made 100 posts about this man, acting like you can make their career better. Y'all better leave that Suge Knight mentality alone. Because Suge Knight ain't even like that no more. Thinking you can bully yourself into somebody's business or bully somebody into your business that's not the way to go. If you do have a business going on and you're not the bully person who I'm talking about, if you're the person that's unorganized and you're trying to run something and run an operation and you can't even be organized, you can't sit there and be disciplined enough to put a schedule together to make sure that things that need to happen. If you can't do that, then you don't need to be in this business. You don't need to be in no business. You need to go just work for somebody. Ain't nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. Something wrong with working a 9 to 5 if you are a fucking CEO. If you got a ownership type thinking and you gotta organize, if you don't fit the bill of none of these negative ass bad business vibes that I'm talking about, if you don't fit the bill for none of that negative shit and you fit the bill for all the positive stuff that I'm talking about, then you should not be working a 9 to 5. You should let these people with bad business practices, let them be your employees. They need to work for somebody. They need order. They need to be given a schedule because they can't handle it on their own. And I ain't being mean, I'm just being real. We got to start being honest with each other. We got to start being honest with ourselves. Some folks are not cut out for this. That's why some folks are not meant to be. That's why you don't have a lot of millionaires. If that was the case, it'd be a shitload of fucking millionaires if it was that easy. But it's not that easy. You got too many people with bad business practices. All right? That's it. I'm going to end it right there as far as the table talk. However, before we leave, I'm going to give y'all the cold-hearted picks. All right? Don't go nowhere.
It is time for the movie, the TV shows. What am I currently listening to? What am I currently watching? You know what I'm saying? What do I suggest for you guys to actually entertain yourself when you have some downtime? You know, if you guys trust my picks, I got some picks for y'all, man. I got some things that I think y'all actually would enjoy. And it's different types of categories and different genres, so rest assured, I'm not going to leave you stuck in one little box, okay? So, with my first pick as far as what I've been watching Mandalorian. The Mandalorian that comes on Disney Plus is another great story, another version of Star Wars. So if you are a fan of Star Wars or any of the episodes of Star Wars, then you should just check out The Mandalorian. If you got Disney Plus, check it out. It has 2 seasons right now. I'm on the second season. I'm caught up, and it's such a wonderful show. Also, I would suggest Snowfall. If you are a fan of like crime and drug and just that type of world, Snowfall is definitely your type of pick. It's more realistic than most of the shows that compete with it. Snowfall is, to me, it's loosely based off some true events, even though they always kept it kind of secret and low key. But the story is based off of notable gangster, drug dealer, or whatever from back in the days. But anyway, I think you guys should check it out. If you haven't, it is wonderful. Definitely check it out. It has 5 seasons. And it just gets better and better over time. Also, I've been, Atlanta has returned back with Childish Gambino, the TV show Atlanta. That has returned, so that's been going pretty good. It's got some different types of episodes this season. I think it's deeper with it, so I think you guys should check it out. As far as let me see what else I got. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is another good one that's on Disney Plus. If you guys have Disney Plus, Moon Knight is actually pretty good. They're on 3 episodes of the first season. I checked out DMZ, but I'm just warning you guys right now. It's only 1 season. It's only 4 episodes. It's pretty good, but it's kind of like, what's the point of watching it if you get hooked on it and they're not going to give you anything else? I am in that movie, and I enjoy watching it. However, they just, the level's hanging as far as like bringing back a second season or at least finishing that season. So I don't know what's going on with that. And shit. Hey, if y'all ever got some time and y'all want to watch something and y'all think it might be good, because it is a good show, I would suggest checking it out. But I'm just warning you, if you get attached to it, that's it. Maybe I can tweet some shit, you know what I'm saying? I started watching the new Fresh Prince, but I kind of like slowed on watching it because I don't know. It felt reachy to me. Felt like I was reaching a lot, and I understand it's supposed to be more of a dramatic side of the Fresh Prince. However, it's just that's a little much. You know what I'm saying? I am supporting Force, even though a lot of people don't really it's not really liking the Power world or Power series because it's highly unrealistic. It is written by a woman, and no offense to women, but for some reason, I would say that with this particular situation with Power, the storylines it's not making sense, and it's so jerky. If you understand what I mean by jerky, I mean like. It's so like it's reaching. It's not even realistic. So the Power series is kind of weird to me. However, I have been watching Force, and so far it hasn't really let me down. There are some things that's kind of like, but I could look past it. You know what I'm saying? With the I don't have much to choose from. You know what I'm saying? With what's actually coming out. But that is pretty much it with what I have and what I'm watching. As far as what I'm listening to, Still listen to the last Adele album, which is a classic. Still listen to 2 Chainz, his last release. Dope Gonna Sell Itself. And I mean that's pretty much it. Hey, that is the quick drop for the music and movies on what I'm listening to and what I'm watching.
All right, all right, all right. That was the picks. And ladies, please don't beat me. I didn't really get to actually speak it in full on what I was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing my lady producers or writers or directors or nothing like that. I'm just saying, with the list of the stuff that some of the women have been writing, it's real lifetime. You know what I'm saying? It's real lifetime. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to have a romantical scene. All right. When we want to see killing, we just want to see killing. All right. Stop with this extra kissing and all that extra romantic shit, mixing all that stuff into when it's supposed to be just pure action. So I don't want nobody to tell me, oh, no. Calm down. Pipe down, ladies. Pipe down. I'm not saying it like that. I love you. I have a daughter. Okay, so I'm not saying it like a white person. Like, oh, I'm not racist. I have black friends. I'm not I'm telling you, I'm not fucked up thinking like that. I'm just saying the rap sheet. Listen to me. If you don't want me to keep it real, then can we just get some straight up killing without the extra love and stuff? Like, come on. That's all I'm saying. I mean, nobody is kissing nobody with blood all on it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? In real life, like, no. You know what I'm saying? No, bitch, let's leave. Let's go home. You take a shower. I take a shower. And then we be like, woo, we almost died today, right? Yeah. Boom, all right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be we sitting there with the bloody body and we bloody. And, come on, bruh. That's disgusting, first of all. Gonna get hepatitis or some shit. Sitting there, all that blood splatter all over you and everything like that. Y'all want to lick and kiss each other. Not even take a bath. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's. I mean, I'm sorry if y'all offended by that, but this is unapologetic. This is unapologetic radio. All right, unapologetic radio. So I'm just trying to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Take them emotions up out of this. Take them, chill, smoke a blunt, chill. You know what I'm saying? And just listen to me. All right. I know what I'm talking about. All right. And DMZ is not a movie. By the way, it's a show. I made a mistake and said movie, and I still said show at the same time in the same scene. But y'all know how it is. I be on the go when I be recording these things. Anyway, that is it for Table Talk for today. I hope y'all enjoyed Table Talk 311, Bad Business Practices. I heard y'all. I hope y'all learned something. The whole purpose of me doing these things is so we can learn together. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not speaking from a position over you. I'm speaking with you. You know what I'm saying? We talking together in this situation. And I just want people to understand that, yes, I say this unapologetic radio. However, I got some sense. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not a meanie. You know what I'm saying? I want people to embrace the channel, embrace what the words, and, you know, let's have a real dialect to help each other. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Anyway, if you like this show and you want to hear more shows like this, please do me a favor, like and share. You know what I'm saying? I used to have the subscribe thing, but I kind of took that away because it wasn't really popping like I wanted it to be popping. However, like and share so I can get these numbers up, and I get these numbers up, then I can bring back the subscribe thing and we can do more fun stuff. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about more fun stuff, more taboo things that people are afraid to talk about. You know, y'all can send some things in that y'all want me to talk about. You know what I'm saying? All right, holla at me. Don't be afraid. Y'all already know where to catch me at. Only the #1 Avenue.